Students, this is 114th maths class. Look at that board, students. This is vector A, this is vector B. Vector A, vector B. You look at that my hand, students. Right. Here it is. Look at this. Thumb is perpendicular to fingers. Thumb is perpendicular to. I am directing my fingers towards vector A. I am directing my fingers towards vector A. If I curl my fingers from A to B, then according to right-handed thumb rule, direction of A cross B will be along the thumb. The thumb represents direction of A cross B. That is n cap. N cap represents thumb. Thumb represents n cap. Look at this, friends. If I hold my hand like this, if I curl my fingers from B to A, curling my fingers from B to A, then direction of A cross B, that is n cap, it is back of your board. So first curling from A to B, the direction of A cross will be upwards, upper side of the board, upwards. If I curl my fingers from B to A, then direction of A cross B, will be back side of the board, right? I hope you understood, friends. So if I rotate, so it's so easy. If I rotate from A to B, if the direction is anti-clockwise, then direction of A cross B will be upwards. N cap represents what? Direction of A cross B. N cap represents direction of A cross B. If I rotate from B to A, which direction is that? Clockwise. If it is clockwise direction, then direction of A cross B will be downwards. Look at this, friends. This is plus n cap. So opposite direction means minus n cap. Plus n cap, minus n cap. Observe this, friends. This is A cross B. So downside, this is minus B cross A. This is A cross B. This is minus B cross A. From this it is so clear. N cap is perpendicular to both vector A and vector B. N cap is perpendicular to both vector A and vector B. Or A cross B is perpendicular to both A cross B. So that implies A cross B is perpendicular to both vector A and vector B. I hope you understood this, students. So right, A cross B is a vector perpendicular to both vector A and vector B. It is parallel to n cap. What is n cap? N cap is the unit vector along A cross B. Or directly speaking, n cap is the direction of A cross B. What is n cap? Direction of A cross B. Why this minus, students? Direction is opposite. If rotation is anti-clockwise, then the direction of A cross B will be upwards. If rotation is clockwise, then direction of A cross B will be downwards. That is B cross A. A cross B is equal to B cross A. Property number 2. A cross B is not equal to B cross A. A cross B is not equal to B cross A. But A cross B is equal to minus of B cross A. So cross product is not commutative. So cross product is not commutative. Cross product is not commutative. I hope you understood this, friends. So dot product is commutative. A dot B is equal to A dot B is always equal to B dot A, whereas A cross B is not equal to B cross A. A cross B, B cross A, completely different vectors, opposite vectors. A cross B means A to B, B cross A means B to A. Direction is exactly opposite. So but A cross B is always equal to minus of what? B cross A. B cross A is negative vector of A cross B. B cross A is negative vector of what? A cross B. Keep that in mind. Next, property number 2. So property number 2. Property number 2. Second property. So write cos theta A cross B. A cross B is equal to length of vector A, length of vector B, sin theta into n cap. Sin theta into n cap. You go for that, students. Let us find magnitude on both sides. I am going to use mod. I am going to write mod on both sides. So let me see what happens. Here I am finding magnitude. Magnitude of A cross B. Magnitude of A cross B. Already we have magnitude of vector A. Is that required to write one more mod? No. Mod of mod A means mod A only. Need not write double mod length of the vector A, because length of length means length only. Whatever it is, if you measure same thing 10 times, you will get that one only. It won't change, right? So next, length of B. Sin theta. Sin theta, it is scalar quantity. Length of scalar quantity is that itself. Mod of sin theta is sin theta. Next, mod of n cap. Length of n cap. Length of n cap. How much is length of n cap, students? 1. Why length of n cap 1? Why length of n cap 1? Because it is unit vector. N cap is unit vector. Length must be 1. That implies, so magnitude of A cross B is equal to length of the vector A, length of the vector B into sin theta into 1. From this, tell me sin theta. Sin theta is equal to magnitude of A cross B by length of the vector A into length of the vector B. So right, you ahead both students. How much is magnitude of A cross B? AB, length of A into length of B into sin theta. Observe the difference. If it is A cross B, you should write length of A, length of B, sin theta into n cap. Because A cross B it is vector. Magnitude means scalar. Magnitude of A cross B. Length of A cross B means scalar quantity. Scalar means no direction. Scalar. All quantities are scalars except direction. All quantities are scalars except direction. So write length of A, length of B, sin theta. Scalar is equal to scalar. So write scalar is equal to scalar. So tell me sin theta formula. Magnitude of A cross B by magnitude of vector A into magnitude of vector B. So next property, students. Next property. Property number 3. So 3. I cross J. I cross J. Can you students I cross J according to right hand system, right hand thumb rule, curling from I to J, curling from x axis to y axis. Tell me direction. It should be along z axis. Curling from I to J. I to J means curling from x axis to y axis. The direction should be along z axis. Because z axis is perpendicular to both x axis and y axis. Therefore, I cross J should be equal to what? K. I cross J K. I cross J K. Correct? I cross J K. Length of I 1. Length of I 1. Length of J. Length of I 1. Length of J 1. Theta. What is the angle between I and J? X axis and y axis? 90. Sin 90 91. Sin 91. According to definition, length of I, length of J, sin. What is angle between I and J? X-axis, Y-axis, 90. So into, tell me unit vector along I cross J. It should be Z-axis, along Z-axis, curling from X-axis to Y-axis, curling from X-axis to Y-axis, thumb directs towards Z-axis, curling from X-axis to Y-axis, thumb is directing towards Z-axis. Tell me unit vector along Z-axis, K. So K represents unit vector along Z-axis, I is unit vector along X-axis, J is unit vector along Y-axis. So write into K. So that is length of I 1. Length of I 1 because it is unit vector. Length of J 1 sin 91 into K. So how much is that? I cross J is equal to K. I cross J equals K. Similarly, J cross K is equal to I. J cross K is equal to I. Similarly, K cross I is equal to J. It is just like cyclic order. Cyclic order. So I, this is J. I, J, K, I, J, K, I, J, K. Look at this cyclic order. You just move along cyclic order. I cross J, K, J cross K, I, K cross I, J. I cross J, K, okay. How much is I cross J, K? If it is J cross I, minus K, direction is opposite. I cross J, anti-clockwise, I cross J, K. Whereas J cross I, minus K, direction is changing. Direction is opposite. Direction is opposite. So write I cross J, K. If these things are not in cyclic order, I, J, J, K, K, I, it is cyclic order. If it is not in cyclic order, you use minus. I, J, J, K, K, I, cyclic order. I, J, J, K, K, I, cyclic order. For cyclic order, for anti-clockwise direction, you use plus. If that anti-clockwise direction is changed, reversed, use minus. So I cross J, K, J cross I, minus K. Because what is A cross B? Minus B cross A. A cross B is not equal to B cross A. So A cross B, J cross I, minus K. K cross J, minus I cross K, minus J. I hope you understood this, friends. Whereas I cross I, 0. How much is I cross I? 0. Why I cross I 0? Sin 0. Sin 0. What is the angle between x-axis and x-axis? 0. Length of I into sin 0. So sin 0 is 0. According to definition, 0 into anything is 0. Is it 0 or 0 vector? Tell me that, students. What should I write? 0 or 0 vector? It should be 0 vector because cross product vector never be equal to scalar. Vector can be equal to vector. So be carefully observe. So write, you should not write vector A is not equal to 0. Why vector A is not equal to 0? It is a vector. It should have both magnitude and direction. But sometimes this can happen. Vector A can be equal to 0 vector. This way of writing correct. Vector iddaga vector is equal to vector, scalar is equal to scalar. Scalar can be equal to scalar, vector can be equal to vector. Vector never be equal to scalar, scalar never be equal to vector. Keep that in mind. Then you write correctly. Right? Okay. I cross I. Is it 0 or 0 vector? 0 vector. Because cross product of two vectors is vector. I is vector, unit vector. I is unit vector, it is not scalar. I is unit vector, not a scalar. I is also vector. It should be 0 vector. Next, J cross J, zero vector. K cross K, zero vector. I hope you understood. Let's move on to next property. So let vector A equals A1i. So A1i plus B1j plus C1k. So right. So A cross B, where B vector B is equal to A2i plus B2j plus C2k. Vector A is equal to A1i plus B1j plus C1k. Vector B is equal to A2i plus B2j plus C2k. A cross B can be calculated directly. Here we have direct method to calculate A cross B. So write ijk. First you write ijk. Now you write components of vector A. Tell me components of vector A. A1, B1, C1. Components of vector B. A2, B2, C2. You all know how to expand this determinant. You learned expanding of determinant. I into so on minus j into plus k into. You are going to get A cross B. Look at this, friends. A cross B, is it scalar or vector? Scalar. Sorry, vector. Why it is vector? Because it is containing unit vectors. Directions are present. So A cross B, is it vector or scalar? Vector. Cross product is vector. Why it is vector? Because ijk present. What are ijk? Directions, unit vectors. If directions are present, it must be what? Vector. A cross B is vector. Next property. A cross A. Tell me A cross A, students. A cross A. ijk. Tell me components of vector A. A1, B1, C1. Components of vector A. Again A1, B1, C1. You see this, students? You look at this. It is equal to 0. What should I write? 0 or 0 vector? Decide. 0 or 0 vector? Quick. 0 or 0 vector? 0 vector. Because cross product is a vector, not a scalar. If I write only 0, it becomes what? Scalar. Vector never be equal to scalar. Vector can be equal to vector. I should write 0 vector. A cross A is 0 vector. So look at this. Why it is 0? Because so write R2 and R3 are same. R2 and R3 are same. In determinants, you learned these things, students. In determinants, you learned if two rows of a determinant are same. In a determinant, if two rows or two columns are same, then the value of the determinant becomes 0. From this it is so clear. Cross product of two identical vectors is 0. 0 vector. How much is cross product of two identical vectors? 0. In vector cross product, if two vectors are same, what is the value of vector? 0 or 0 vector. I hope you understood this. Now let's move on to next property. So that is A cross A 0. Next, area of the triangle. Property number 6, correct? Area of a triangle. Look at this, students. Area of the triangle. Vector A, vector B. This is theta. Area of the triangle. Vector A, H. So tell me what is the area of the triangle in general, students? I take I take vector A along this side, vector B along one more side. I am taking this side as vector A, this side as vector B. What is theta? Angle between vector A and vector B. So area of the triangle in general half into base into height, base into height, half into base into height, half into base into height, right? So right, area A half into base. This is base now. Base. Base means length of the vector A. Am I correct? Base means length of the vector A. Length of the vector A into H. So now from the triangle, sin theta. Tell me sin theta, students. From the triangle sin theta. What is sin theta? Opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite by hypotenuse. Tell me opposite side. H by hypotenuse. How much is hypotenuse? B or length of B? Length of B. Length of B. You should take length of B. Length of B. So cross multiply. Cross multiply. So that implies H is equal to, bring this side. This is length of B into sin theta. Length of B into sin theta. Substitute in that. Area A is equal to half into length of A. Substitute here. Substitute in this equation length of A. Tell me H value. H height. Length of B into sin theta. Just before I explain, students, you can see this in first property. What is this? Length of A, length of B, sin theta is equal to. How much is this? Magnitude of A cross B. You see that first property. How much is magnitude of A cross B? Length of A into length of B into sin theta. We don't have n cap. This is not A cross B. When this becomes A cross B, if unit vector is present, ಇದು A cross B ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಯೂನಿಟ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯೂನಿಟ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸ್ಕೇಲರ್. It should be scalar. It must be magnitude of A cross B. You can see that in your first property. So area A. So area A half into magnitude of A cross B. Half into magnitude of A cross B by vector. So whenever area required, use this formula. What is the area of the triangle? 1/2 into magnitude of A cross B. Half into magnitude of A cross B. So what are? One more. So write A, B, C. A, B, C. So what is the area of the triangle? In general, look at this friends. If vertices are given, area of the triangle is half into magnitude of AB cross AC. Can you see this? Point A given, point B given, point C given. You calculate two vectors. How do you calculate two vectors? AB. What is AB? What is vector AB? OB minus OA. You calculate one more vector AC. AC. How do you find AC? OC minus OA. If two sides are known, what is the area of the triangle? Half into A cross B. Here half into AB cross AC. Or you can write R. Area of the triangle is half into. You can go for this also. BA cross BC. BA cross BC. R. You go for writing. R. One more. Area A. Half into CA cross CB. CA cross CB. Students, look at this. Students, if sides are given, then you use this formula. If sides of a triangle are given, vector A, vector B are given, you use this formula. If vertices are given, use this formula. If vertices are given, what is the area of the triangle? Half into AB cross AC two vectors, or half into BA cross BC, or half into CA cross CB. Similarly, next property students, area of parallelogram. So almost simple concept. Area of parallelogram. Area of the parallelogram. Area of the parallelogram. Again, you take this as vector A, this as vector B. So height h, theta. So what is the area of the parallelogram? So base into height. General formula. What is the area of the parallelogram? Base into height. Base into height. Base into height. Base into height. Base. Base means this is base. Length of the vector A into h. Again from the triangle sin theta. From the triangle sin theta. So tell me sin theta. Sin theta. Opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite is h. This is the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse means length of the vector B. Cross multiply. H is equal to length of B into sin theta. Substitute this in area formula. Substitute this in area formula. That implies area A becomes length of the vector A. What is h? Length of the vector B into sin theta. What is this length of A into length of B into sin theta, students? So it is nothing but magnitude of A cross B. Am I correct? You see that for your first property. For this you see your first property. What is the area of the parallelogram? A cross B. So what is the difference between parallelogram area and triangle area? In general, half. What is the area of the triangle? Half, including general formula. In area of a triangle area means you should add 1 by 2. Triangle area means adding 1 by 2 is must, because you know general formula half into base into height. For parallelogram you should not add 1 by 2. No 1 by 2, so 1 by 2. I hope you understood. So we shall solve problems on this in the next class, friends. Thank you. This is about properties.